What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your friends play Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, Part 1. This is the fourth game in the series, and at the time of this recording, the last game in the series. So sadly, this will be the final game in the series. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the options as I normally do. Actually, there's quite a few options. Not a whole lot new things compared to the other Uncharted games, but there is a few. So you can see challenge level. There's I think it's five difficulties. Explore, which is the easiest, then light, moderate, hard, and crushing. So yes, there is 5 difficulties, and you can see different things get turned off, different options get turned off the higher you go. I'm going to be playing on Explorer just for story purposes. Subtitles are not on, but you can turn them on when you first start the game. Brand new, they will give you a couple settings to change, and one of the subtitles is one of the first things you can change. You can either turn it on or off. Game hints, tutorials, NPC marking, threat indicators, no HUD mode. It's interesting, but it's mostly for when you use photo mode, which I will show off. I guess I'll go ahead and turn that on. It doesn't really matter right now. And then you got camera controls, sensitivity at 5. It can go all the way up to 10, and then 0. I just leave it at 5, which is the default. I've left everything here on default. Doesn't really matter either way. And you can see different controller schemes. You can either do L3 for mark an enemy, R3 to zoom in with scope, X the shoulder swap, and then hold L1 to aim, or you can change that to different settings. I'm going to leave it default. And then you can either remember shoulder swap on or off. That was not something that was in the previous games, and I've left it on because it's actually very useful, and I've wished there was something in the previous games like that. And then you can, for what you have to tap a button, really just the triangle button, to do different things in the background. Open a door, whatever. You can either tap it or hold it. I hold it. It seems like it doesn't hurt the button as much. Holding it does the same speed. I would say it probably does a little bit faster than tapping, but I did try both, and I didn't really see a big difference in it. And then there's aim assist, which is at 10. I believe that's 10 default, and then it goes all the way down to 0. Aim mode, you can either hold or just press it. I hold it like most games. Lock on aim, you can have that on, and I will have it on for the first section of the game, the prologue, but I'm not going to have it on the entire game because I don't like using it. What it does is it locks onto the torso of an enemy, and it allows you to, every time you shoot, you'll hit that enemy as long as they're not behind cover. But it doesn't go for headshots. Like you won't get any headshots at all unless you're kind of sitting there wrestling the controls to make it go up to the head, or kind of strafing or shooting from the hip. So it's not that useful to have it on. I'm going to keep it on just to show it off, but then after that, the rest of the game, I'm not going to be using it. And in the shoulder schemes, you can use Legacy, which I assume is supposed to be the way it has been in the other games. L1 aim brake, R1 fire accelerate, R2 is your rope, L2 is your grenade. You can change it to be on one side or the other. Oh, I guess that's the only two. Okay, default. Yeah, I thought so. So default, which a lot of PlayStation 4 games, this is their default. They have you using R2 and L2 as your aiming and fire buttons, and then your secondary weapons or abilities are with L1 and R1, which is not what they were in the PlayStation 3 era. I leave it Legacy because I like that, because that's what I've been using all the time, and I guess you can flip these. I just use that. I guess that's if you're left-handed or whatever. And then so you can see all this. The game will point all this out, so I'm not going to sit here too long with this. I've already been here a little bit too long. So you can see you can adjust your brightness. I left it the same. I normally do kind of make it a little bit brighter so you can see, and I might, if it seems like it's getting too dark in certain sections, but I left it just 5. There is one chapter where it might be a problem, but other than that, everything else in the game should be okay, lighting-wise. The lighting is actually very, very good in this game. I was very pleased with how bright everything was. Even in the dark sections, you could clearly see, except for that one chapter, but I'll get to that later on. So you can see audio volumes here, effects, music, dialogue, cinematics, chat. All of this is at 20, so I just left it at default. Output is different settings depending on what you're using. Speakers, like a TV, whatever, headphones. Language, text is either in English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and I guess that's it. And that change, I guess that, and you can do it for all three of them. So subtitles, speech, but I'm going to leave everything in English. And then accessibility, camera assist. I believe these are all the assists that the game will give you. Camera assist, I leave that on. All it does is auto aligns the camera to the direction of your movement, which I think every game's pretty much had that, and I've always used it whenever I've played Uncharted games, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Vehicle camera assist immediately aligns the vehicle in the direction of movement while driving, which helps. Aim mode, again, we've already pointed that out. Lock on aim, pointed that out. Sticks, okay, so this is kind of, I guess, just a condensed version of everything that you can either go through all this or you can just go to here. And so we'll go ahead and start. I'm going to start a new game, so you can carry over your treasure and player stats from your previous save file. You can. I'm not, obviously, because I want to show off. No, I don't. Because I want to show off getting all the treasures and the collectibles. There's 193 collectibles. Actually, I think it's 194 collectibles in the game. Might be 93, 94. I don't remember right now. They may count the strange relic as like a 94th. But so there's quite a bit. I'm going to show off how to get all of these, of course. And look at the challenge levels. Explorer. You want the story and adventure, but aren't interested in the challenge from combat. Camera and aim assist settings are enabled by default. Light, moderate, hard, and then crushing. So it's not going to give me anything. So I guess Explorer would be for the people like me who just want the story and don't care about the combat or the difficulty for the combat. Again, I'm going to be using Explorer, so you can see here, lock on aim. I'm going to keep that on for now. I keep these on anyway, but I will be turning that off once we start getting into the game itself. And there you go. So that's all the options and everything. And then let me just deal with this. Let me see this. I'm going to save over this one because I want to save my first save game because it has all of my character stats. I didn't do that in the other Uncharted games, and I wish I had, but hopefully I think I've done a little bit better in some of the other ones. Stats-wise. I hope, anyway, to go back and try to get some of those trophies. And the loading in this game is actually very, very good. It does take a little bit to load whenever you come back into, like if you start the game, you can see it takes a little bit of time to load, or when you hit like chapter select or whatever. But there are no loading screens in the game. Every time you see a boosting section where a character, like mostly it's Nate will say, hey, here, let me give you a boost, and boost up another character, that's when the game's loading. And I'll point out sections where that happens, of course. But there's actually a lot of cutscenes in this game, and a lot of story elements where characters are talking, so I'm going to try my best not to talk over them. Here's one of those examples right now.
Crap. This is really not good. Hold on! Nathan! They're gaining on us! I know! We'll crank it! Sam, I'm going as fast as I can!
Alright, so the game pretty much throws us into it. Immediately, it kind of gives you an idea of it shows how to drive the vehicles, use the camera, and how to use the camera, and you can ram the boats around. And actually, the first time I played through this chapter, or the prologue, 3 times, and I've never actually had the little boats do that to me quite so harsh. There is no reason to do this other than, I'm sure on the harder difficulties you may take more damage from their gunfire. That's all I can think of would be the reason why you want to take out these boats. On Explorer, you never really take enough damage to worry about dying or anything like that.
Big boat! Big boat! Damage is dropping mine! I see him! Just keep heading towards the island! Don't let him get in front of you!
And here again, I've never actually been hit by one of these mines before, but if you do get hit by them, you may take a lot of damage. Again, this gunfire here from this big boat. I have been in the I've been shot in the air by the waves from the boat in this story, so this isn't anything that I've done wrong. And so it teaches you how to use the swimming aspect in the game. And there will be quite a bit of swimming in the game, so it's good that they let you get used to it now.
What? I can fix it. Just cover me. God damn it! Come on.
All right, so you can see if you watch aim assist, you can see I'm not really pointing at them necessarily, but I'm still hitting them. You know, whoever you're shooting at, you don't really need to be actually aiming at them to use it.
Damn it! More coming.
Actually, let me go ahead and turn it off now that I've shown it off. Let me see, accessibility, aim, lock on aim. We'll turn that off, and then I'll show actually how to use the
Sam, how's the engine?
you know, how to use the game or the shooting aspect in this game. It does kind of center, even if you don't have aim assist on, it kind of centers on the chest anyway, but headshots are very effective, especially on the easier difficulties. You know, obviously headshots are effective in any difficulty, but I'm sure the harder difficulty, especially crushing, you may not be able to kill enemies in one headshot. I'm sure it would take a couple more, at least, say 2 to 3 headshots, probably just to take out a regular guy. The harder, like the brutes. Never actually went through that section before. I thought I was gonna miss it, but the headshots are very effective in this game. Of course, there are trophies to get. I want to say it's 20 and 50 or 30 and 50 headshots.
Nathan. Nathan. What are we gonna do with you? You must be tired of these lectures. I know I'm tired of giving them. And now you have to stay here with me all weekend instead of going on the retreat with everyone else?
I don't care.
Yes, that is the crux of the problem.
I don't see why I'm the only one being punished.
Because you started the fight.
He wouldn't give me back my book.
I told you to leave those books in your room. You only have yourself to blame.
Doesn't give him the right to just snatch it from me.
Does that give you the right to start throwing punches?
It wasn't just about the book.
What was it then?
Nothing. I'll save it for confession.
No matter what I try, you seem insistent on going down the same sad road as your brother. What a waste.
Sam!
And this is the start of the next chapter, but I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I thank you for watching. Next time we'll start the actual chapter 1 The first one is the prologue, which is with the boat and all the characters who are older. This one, this is the first official chapter 1. But anyways, again, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I thank you for watching. Until next time.